All right, guys, last day of the week, June 21st. Some of the drivers have come and gone. They'll still resurface. U.S. China trade. You got to worry about Iran, close to escalating that conflict. And then you also have to, you know, the Fed, they're going to come and go. But the markets liked what the Fed gave them 2 days ago. So we come into this session, we were neutral, about 60% neutral. Usually we can make a good move when most people are neutral. Not today. It's quadruple witching, which often sprinkles in some chop. But right in here, about 9:17, 9:20 Central Time, I thought there was a chance to break out to the downside, and I was wrong, and it put my horns on me, and I wasn't able to chip away and stay long for the eventual rally. But I initially thought the downside was the right side, and if you take a look here at the footprint chart, you're going to see, first of all, if you look at this chart, you're going to see the range consolidation be all in here. So I expect a breakout to the downside right there. Let me pause this. So if you take a look at this chart up here is the same as this chart down here, okay? Right in here is what I'm looking for, a breakout through the lows, and they're trying, right? They got some buying coming in. I'm waiting for that buying to fail, some selling to coming in. That's not pushing it lower. So let me just play the this footprint here in the lower left and take a look at what happens here. So it runs back up 4.75. She tries to sell it, goes right up. That was a buying opportunity to see if the highs could be taken out, right? 4.75 come in. You see it flash red. I don't think you guys could hear it on your, let me share it through my computer. So right in here, I had a really good sense that the market should go down. As soon as it got through this red, my horns go back on. I'm not bearish anymore. And so she gets stuck at 54.75. It goes up, comes down. Let me rewind that a second. Let's see if it rewinds quick enough. You'll hear it this time. 54.75, and it doesn't even flinch to go lower through the middle of the range. We got to rewind it another minute. Remember, a female voice is aggressive selling and a male voice is aggressive buying. Red for selling, green for buying on a visual.
5.75.
Well, that's not going to show us, but you see her come in 5.75. It goes red, then disappears. Indicative that there could be upside. This one's better because it just lifted from 53.5, and then you get her coming in instead of up here. But I expected this move here where my cursor is on the top part of this screen to extend down to at least 52 because of this consolidation ready to give out. But when it clipped back up, curled back up, this was not easy to catch, don't get me wrong, because it just chopped sideways to higher all the way to the overnight highs. But I played it from the long side and didn't have much to show for it. It was a 4 steps, 4 ticks up, 3 ticks back, 5 ticks up, 4 ticks back, 5 ticks up, 6 ticks back, all the way to eventually these 61 halves where they're making highs right now as we speak, half an hour before the European cash close. But that's what's important. If you have an opinion, you have to be flexible to change it for the same reason why you have it. When selling comes in and the son of a gun can't go down, you think the top of the range is in trouble. And it was.
6.25.
Not real good qualifying moments, though, to get on the team and stay on the team for this eventual rally that you're seeing it live right in here, going in and out of resistance. Should be some resistance around 62.5. But like I told everybody about 10 minutes ago, hey, they did a lot of work in the first hour and a half consolidating around the open. The upside looks to be a lot easier because a lot of people aren't on the team for this upside. So if you don't have a lot of longs, you don't have a lot of sellers. If you don't have a lot of sellers, price has a much easier time to go up. And why don't you have a lot of longs? Because in the first hour and a half, it made it very difficult for people to get and stay long. That's why.
6.75.
I want people to pay attention to Iran because that confrontation could come and go and be a surprise. That's a definition of a surprise. Nobody is expecting it. If they escalate, if we escalate right now, it seems like they don't want to escalate it. They could have. and it was all a measured response and exactly what he wanted to do. And probably even pulling the plug 10 minutes prior to it was all planned as well. Either way, the market doesn't want to see conflict. It will go down if there is conflict, at least initially. Second headlines to watch out for next week ahead of this G20 meeting, which is Friday and Saturday of next week, a week from today. There'll be headlines almost guaranteed going into that meeting on either positive or negative chances of reaching a deal. And then too bad it wasn't during the Saturday session, wasn't a Thursday, Friday session during the trading hours. That G20 meeting is being held in Japan. Not that you're going to make plans to go over there, but this market's not going to shoot through this red edge zone. I mean, this is as much as it's going to get. It's going to chop. Generally, if it shoots through a red edge zone, it's really bullish. But at the very least, it stops on a dime or it chops around it. Like it stopped here and was great overhead resistance for a couple rotations. This will probably chop. But don't kid yourself. Very strong market because it did all of this nonsense in order to not get a lot of people on the team for the rally. Not a lot of longs, not a lot of sellers. Not a lot of sellers, easier for price to go up. But I didn't have too many highlights at all other than open-mindedness. Where was it? In here, to admit that I was wrong about going down here instead of here or here or here or here. You have an opinion that you're bearish in here, and you're that same opinion, and the market's up in here, something's wrong with you. We got to make a doctor's appointment with you. That's being too stubborn. Got to be able to bend like a branch on a windy day. For guys that are watching this on YouTube, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you see these videos when they go up daily. But subscribe. Put comments in there if you got questions. Lay them in there.